Welcome to Quartzlight, your car brochure channel, and in today's episode, the Morris van and pickups. Welcome back, and Quartzlight, if you don't know, we're a very small channel here on YouTube looking at car brochures from around the world. Today's episode, this particular brochure, 1979 Morris vans and pickup, obviously Morris Marina based, so we'll have a look at this now. So here is today's brochure, the Morris vans and pickup. Always like the commercial brochures. I know we mainly talk about passenger vehicles, but we do throw a commercial vehicle on here and there because I always like the scenes. They always put them in these unusual little scenes, like they're in some kind of warehouse type situation here. So shown in this very sort of 70s colour. Like I said, this brochure is from 79, showing a bit of a facelifted Morris van and pickup. And those regulars amongst us will know we've already looked at sort of load carriers, Austin Morris load carriers, the Marina vans and pickups before. And I've just put that brochure side by side with this one. You can see that we've now moved on a little bit, although not as much as you might imagine. Actually, this is a 75 brochure. Sorry, it isn't. I do apologise. This is a 77 brochure. This is a 79 brochure, so not much in between. This showing the early Marinas. This one's showing a bit of a facelift. Kind of like struggle to say that this is based on a Mark II Marina, because when we look inside it doesn't have any fancy dash or anything like that. They've really just updated the front end, put these now black bumpers from these very small bumpers, indicators now gone into the bumper themselves. But I guess it's like the second generation of these particular vans. We'll notice also with this early one, it's Austin Morris. We've got the British Leyland symbol, that sort of plug hole of doom. Now we've got a more updated badge, probably see it better on the back here, the more updated Austin Morris, sort of British Leyland, or what became British Leyland. So interesting to look at them side by side. Other than the front end, not really much has changed. Yeah, we've got a little black handle rather than this little chrome type handle. We've got a black mirror on here, chrome mirrors, but still mirrors on each side. We've also lost these rather nice chrome hubcaps, haven't we, for a no hubcap type design. Black wipers, chrome wipers, you know, the usual way cars updated. But the surprising thing is, you know, there's only 2 years between these brochures. 77, this must have looked very antiquated and old by 77, and like I said, this is the updated one, 1979. Anyway, let's have a look inside this brochure. So it starts off with this sort of load space graphic. Nice wide opening doors. We do have obviously wheel arch intrusion, but still a very practical van. Lots of no like guard for things to hit you when you're driving and you suddenly brake. But yeah, quite a practical looking car. Still a very antiquated sort of chrome door handle, which is strange to put this sort of chrome door handle after changing everything for black. We'll also notice on these ones, these like the front picture didn't show this. The front picture is just showing a black bumper. When we turn up, it's showing the black bumper with sort of like stickers, like reflective stickers. So I don't know if that meant it was the deluxe version. I'm not sure. There is some writing as well. We'll have a read of some of it later on, but obviously we won't read it all. Bit of a look at the front engine compartment, if I can get that a little bit clearer for you. It is a little bit of a reflective art coming off that paper, unfortunately, but you can see they've removed the seat to increase the luggage space there. And then at the bottom we've got a return of this very 70s colour. This time again with these reflective strips. But overall, you know, a practical working vehicle is really what the aim of this particular vehicle was in 79. Let's have a look at some of the text. So it's saying extra load capacity to make extra deliveries. There are several competitive vans and pickups in the same category as ours, but frankly the facts show that none come close to the gutsiness, the get up and go, the road hauling of the Morris van and pickup. They're built with one major aim: to deliver the goods economically. In hard facts, the figures they can haul for you are as much as 200 weight more payload than similarly styled vehicles, but extra weight carrying is only part of their story. Capacity is just as important, especially if you have to move lots of bulky but light items. And it goes on and on and on. Even telling you about, you know, you can remove that passenger seat for a bit more space if you really want to, which is a strange thing to kind of like suggest, but there you go. And then it goes on to say few stops of the wrong kind. All this could mean very real savings by making one delivery do the work of two. Or if your business is concerned with lots of small items, numerous deliveries, this extra load capacity means more deliveries can be made before calling back at base for a fresh load. So there we go. It's kind of like saying what a fantastic van this is, as you would expect in a brochure. Next page shows the rear end again. This time it's showing no reflective strips, so a little bit strange. But the rear of this just shows that nothing has really changed. If we look back at this old brochure, or older brochure I should just say, for this previous version, and we look at the back end of that, kind of like same lights. We've really not really moved on any on the back end. We've got these big exposed rear hinges. We've still weirdly got this little chrome handle, even though we've kind of like changed everything else to black, so it's almost like they've said, oh, forget it. We've updated the front. It looks modern enough, it fits more with our range, you know, who cares about the rear? A little bit unusually. Let's have a look at some of the text. Oh, I should also point out, you know, we've actually got a Morris badge on, which is a nice thing to see. The word in Morris, always nice to see. So at the bottom here, it does give us a little bit of an idea of what those changes are. It starts by saying even more of a good thing. The styling of these Morris vans and pickups has long looked good for your business. They're smart and modern, as well as clean and functional. Now subtle styling changes keep them right up to date. First to attract the eye are the smart black bumpers. In front there are full width rolled sections and also serve to protect the twin indicator lights. At the rear, the quarter bumpers are also of rolled section construction, and here's the key: on L models, bumpers have bright tape finish. So yeah, the more luxurious version, I'm guessing L for lux or luxury, in this case, has a few little extras, one of those being that sort of bright sort of tape on those bumpers. Next page, yes, we've got the Morris pickup as well, like we had before. We've now got a pickup as well as the van. Similar sort of story really. Change that front end to a more modern front end to match better with the range at the time, and you know, your little Austin Morris badge at the time. Showing here with a chrome edging round. I actually at first thought, oh, wonder why the pickup's got that and the van hasn't, but it's just easier to see with this lovely green paint. I do like it in this green colour. What a nice practical pickup for doing odd jobs, you know, whether you're a gardener, etc, etc. But I do particularly like this one, I must admit. Another similar sort of story with the pickup, showing you know the sizes of that pickup bed. Huge window in the back for great visibility. And then at the bottom here we get a really nice image again of this green pickup with you know, the Morris lettering on the back there. And it also gives us a glimpse of that interior and how it hasn't really changed, but we'll come back to that in a moment. It says here, lots of pickup for your money. The pickup shares in all the best features of the van. Same smart appearance, same aids to good driving and comfort for the operator. Full list is later in this brochure, which of course we'll look at the specifications later. As a load carrier, it's also outstanding in its category, with 36 cubic foot of accessible load space. The sill is sensibly low, the platform is strong and rigid, etc. etc. Telling us we can actually go get a bit of a cover for the back, which is apparently a useful unipart accessory. And it goes on to say, like the van, the pickup is manoeuvrable in confined spaces. Turning takes less than 4 turns of the steering wheel lock to lock, while the turning circle is a tidy 33 feet. I was also trying to work out what this material is on the edge there to protect it. Can't quite make it out from this picture, but it almost to me looks like it's wood. Can it possibly still be wood? I know if we go back to the original brochure, it certainly looks like a wood finish on there too, although this time in a darker colour. Interestingly, still showing the pickup as a green vehicle. And then the interiors, and when we think about interiors, think basic is the key. Super basic seats, they don't look the most comfortable, no head restraints obviously, nothing to protect the driver or passenger from shifting loads at the back there. Dashboard, I quite like the dashboard. They haven't changed it for that crazy dashboard on the sort of Series 2 or updated Marina. Basically because there is no radio, so it would be weird if there was just a slot facing that way, I guess. But I'm glad they've left it like that. I preferred the earlier Marina dashboards anyway. So really not much has changed with the dash area. If I just grab the previous brochure, this is the previous dashboard. Same sort of affair, obviously, same idea. So they didn't update that dash at all for this updated model. Updated the steering wheel though, a different steering wheel now with that Austin Morris badge on the front there. Always think this is strange though, one little tiny binnacle just to show that speedo. It just looks strange, doesn't it? I wonder how many vehicles have just got one binnacle like that, because obviously looks like there's plenty of space to increase it, but there we go. We've got sun visor with kind of like a pocket. You've got that open glove box, big rear view mirrors, interior mirror of course, and you know, another glimpse of that interior. This time it looks like that's going to be that pickup version. Very simple door cards with little like screws holding it together, wind down windows obviously. Pretty cheap and basic affair, but that's pretty much all you really wanted on a pickup at the time. It says here, we never forget the driver. Driving the Morris van or pickup is far from a Spartan experience. It was quite Spartan to me, I must admit. Considerable thought and attention to detail has gone into making the Office comfortable and easy to drive. We didn't have to put in the latest models. The driver's compartment has been given up to minute styling. The list of features and refinements is considerable. Appearance changes for the better with the new door casing trim styles. For added comfort, there are door armrests. I'm going to have a look on that previous brochure to see if there were no door armrests. The front doors have bins, very useful for driver's documents. Front doors have one-piece glass. I guess they probably removed the quarter light, we'll double check that. The seats are finished in a new style of trim. There's a new soft finish crash roll on the fascia. The sills are bright tread strips. The headlining is new. The rear view mirror dips for night driving. There are door pockets in the sun visors. Now there's little stars next to each of them features, and that tells us that's available on the L model, so I guess the base model didn't have those features. Inertia seat belts are fitted. Again, little star next to it. The hard rim steering wheel has a smart black finish. The electric heater fan is 2-speed. The speedometer and odometer are in the combined instrument for greater visibility, and also combine the fuel gauge, water temperature gauge, warning lights. There's a cigar lighter, L model only. There's a brake fail bulb check switch, twin column stalk switches with 2-speed wipers, and electric screen washers. The door mounted rear view mirrors are a new grille are finished in black. So too are the plastic centre wheel caps and wheel nut covers. We're going to have a quick look at that previous one. Okay, so looking at the previous one, it doesn't really give us a good shot of it, but you can see it's a smaller area that's kind of like padded there, whereas the more modern one must just have door pockets. You can't even see the door pockets on there, to be fair, but there you go. But certainly that door card looks like it goes down further than the previous one. So, you know, minute changes, I guess. Here is actually a better look at those door pockets and that armrest. So this must be the L version, so we can see it there, can't we? And yes, just going back, yes, we did indeed sadly lose that quarter light on the updated model. So we then get a page looking at the engine, talking here about engine refinement. If I can zoom in a bit more, you can see that A+ symbol and that Austin Morris symbol. What a basic small little engine, 1275 of course. All models are powered by the 1275 A series engine, proven for economy and reliability over millions of miles. The gearbox is robust and all synchromesh on all 4 forward gears. The clutch is the 8-inch heavy duty model. There's torsion bar suspension at the front, while the rear there's semi-floating hypoid gear drive axle, rugged semi-elliptical leaf springs and telescopic dampers. You'd never see that much detail in a modern brochure, of course, but I think people were a bit more technical minded in sort of the 70s, I think. The layout of all mechanical components is deliberately simple and straightforward. The engine compartment is neat and accessible to make servicing that much simpler. And there are nearly 1,700 Morris dealers around the country to provide the quality of service you naturally expect. It's also telling us there's improved brakes. All models have dual-lined hydraulically operated brake system fitted with vacuum servo assistant and front disc brakes. And there they are. So further specifications on the back. It's difficult really to show you this on camera because it starts talking about what letter A's dimensions are, etc. So it's not going to make a great deal of sense, obviously it's just referring to these letters on here. But we do get the curb weights, which we can see for the 3 different versions. What referred to as the plating details in tons. And a similar story to the vans, just showing the dimensions of the pickup. Bit of information about super cover, a very British Leyland thing. And at the bottom here, There is that little Austin Morris badge. And if we go to the far side, we can see this is publication number 3341/E. Brings us to the end of today's brochure review for these vans. Any memories of them, please do jot them in the comments. Always interesting to read. I read every one of them. So for now, we'll say please do like and subscribe. It always helps the channel. And please do take care, and we'll see you very soon. Goodbye.